Alright, to get us started, go ahead and open up the file that you got into the other day. There should be a link on your desktop. If not, you want to go into your documents. There should be an Unreal Projects folder, and then just go to the folder that it's in and click on the blue icon. So this is a first-person example map, kind of the starting level. If you're not on this level, you can go ahead and find it by clicking on the filters and choosing level, and this is called minimal default. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete some stuff. If you go up here in the world outliner, we'll go ahead and delete the chair. I'm holding down Control to select both of these. Let's go ahead and delete the statue, the table, the floors, and so basically everything under static meshes. I'm going to go ahead and just hit the delete button on the keyboard and they're gone. So now we're kind of in this empty world, which is a bad place to be because you just fall to your death. So we're going to have to add a floor here, a landscape. And we're going to do that by going into the modes menu or dialog box, and we're going to type in landscape. And let's drag that out here. And you'll see that this landscape goes on for quite some time. You can see my settings right here. Just go ahead and use the settings that I have. And we're going to change the material to, let's see if we have a landscape in here. Nope. We're going to change it to grass. G-R-A-S-S-M, ground grass. And I did that just by clicking here. And we'll go ahead and click create. And again, pause it and just use all these settings. Okay. So then it's going to take a second for it to update, but then you'll see that it looks like this. So now when I hit play, I've got a world that I can walk around on. I don't know why mine's not going to first person, but oh well, maybe I did not add it, whatever. If you zoom out here and you go to sculpts, you can take a few minutes right now to just go ahead and create a terrain. And if you want to make it really big, you can change the brush size to really, really big and give yourself some mountains and things like that. You might want to kind of experiment with the size, run around and just kind of see what it feels like. You can also put some valleys by holding down shift. You can create some areas that go down instead of up. Don't get carried away with this, just some subtle mountains. You can change the tool strength and the size. And one of the things that I like to do when I'm designing a level like this is I might like to have some upper area. So I'd want this area to be kind of flat. So to do that, instead of the sculpt tool, try the flatten tool. And then if I start here and I drag out, I can have this kind of upper deck part of my level, which I could then smooth down with like, well, there's a number of ways. You could try using the erosion tool to kind of smooth this down, or whatever. I'll let you experiment with that for now, but just kind of get used to using the mountain tool. And you'll notice these green squares, which are kind of not very nice to look at. They are going to go away. They're there temporarily because what needs to happen is the lighting needs to be built, and in order to build the lighting, you would click on the build button right here. But only do that occasionally because it does take a long time. It could take, 10 minutes for that to occur, depending on the size of your level. Okay, now that we've kind of messed around with the landscapes and you've got a chance to play around with that, let's go ahead and go back to here, place. And let's start off by placing, we actually already have some wall static meshes. So let's go down here. And under filters, get rid of level if it was already there. Just uncheck it. Just type in wall. And you'll see that we have some different wall sizes here. We have wall 400 by 200, 400 by 300, 400 by 400, and 500 by 500, as well as some doors that are also different resolutions. So I'll go ahead and start with, just to kind of keep it simple, 400 by 400. And we'll go ahead and place that, let's see, if we hit play, we start off here. Let's go ahead and place it kind of near there, and you can find your player start if you click on this. if you just double click, it'll take you to your player start. So if I hit play, I should start right there every time. So somewhere around there, maybe just off to the side or whatever, let's go ahead and create a little room. So I'll start off by putting this here. I'm a little distracted by this grid, so I might just take a second to move my terrain up a little bit by going back here, and I'll just kind of sculpt this up a little bit. Oops, not erosion, I want to use sculpt. Just to keep, there we go. Just to kind of get that back up to the grid. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put my little house on a hill. And then let's go ahead and just move this over here. And we're going to adjust something called our snaps. So in order to keep everything kind of looking nice on this, and I'll adjust the landscape later. I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm going to go ahead and change the snaps to 100. And what that should do is make it really easy for us to put two pieces of wall together, and they become seamless. So in order to do that, duplication. So set your snaps to 100, and you can see if it's at 1, the difference it makes. Very, very fast, easy to move. But at 100, it snaps to different locations. Hold down Alt and make a copy of this wall with the snap set to 100, and we'll end up with something like this. I'll do the same thing, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the wall door 400 by 400, and I'm going to pull that one out. And under that one, I'm going to try to get it to snap right over here as well. And to do that, I'm going to need to do a couple things. First off, I do have to turn these snap sizes back to, let's say, 10. And then I'm going to have to move that carefully into place and push it up. And just make sure that that's totally locked. Good. And that should be good. And we can leave it at 10 for now. That's fine too. Let's go ahead and add another wall piece. If you do it like this, it's going to be a little hard because as you can see, it kind of moves everywhere. It's probably easier for you to just take this piece, duplicate it, again by moving Alt and moving it. And that way you know it's going to stay in that same line. Then let's go ahead and rotate it 90 degrees. And then we end up with this. Let's take a second now with the snap set to 10 to push it right there. And actually no, we should put it the other direction. Let's push it right here so that there's no overlapping spots. And that should sit like that. Okay, good. Now over here, why don't we put one of these wall windows. So again, I'll drag it. You'll have to rotate that 90 degrees with E. And let's put that over here. Good. And I'm going to have to come in and just push that over and nudge it that way until it's locked into place. Push it one down. It's a little tricky, but you should get the hang of it. Okay. There we go. You go ahead and take some time right now just to build your house however you want. I'm gonna stop the video now and give you guys an opportunity to kind of just play with that. And yeah, that's it for now. Alright, talk to you guys later.